What is the best response to an angry customer who says, "I'm never coming here again"? Bye. The only one that won't get you in trouble most of the time. The ones I've actually used working in a gas station. Oh, I've never heard that before. Don't let the door hit you. I hope the door hits you. Hopefully the person that replaces you won't be an asshole. Oh no. How will we ever stay open losing one person's business? My life is now wonka short. Thank God. A decade of working in a convenience store, any retail or customer service really will make you lose any patience with people that have an attitude. And there's always someone to replace them. When I was 18, I was a cashier for a supermarket called Sweet Bay. There was a more established, more popular grocery chain called Publix. I worked closing shift and we only got a few customers in the last few hours, so I'd go do other stuff near the registers. One night a lady came to my register and I didn't see her, so I was late coming over. She was bitching at me and my manager the whole time, talking about how Publix is better, etc. As she was headed out the door, she was yelling, "This doesn't happen at Publix," so I hollered after her, "Go to Publix next time." I worked in hospitality, and I've never heard that from a reasonable person. 100 of the time is coming from a person who has complained over some made-up bullshit to try and get free food or drinks. And 100 of the time, everyone secretly thinks good. Fuck off while smiling and saying, "I'm terribly sorry. We couldn't meet your expectations, sir, madame." And it's always the people who share a starter and a Diet Coke while taking up a table for 2 hours. It's never a big spender or a regular. Okay, bye. I had a wonderful chance and took it quite a few years ago. Have an idea it may have been a pensioner whining about pensioner things and told me he was going to take his story to Andrew Denton, who was a fairly high-profile quality journalist here at the time. I told him Denton wouldn't be interested, but maybe try Today Tonight, extremely trashy gutter-swilling current affairs show with a terrible reputation. He didn't like that. I've had customers tell me this 3 times. 2 were during COVID and they refused to wear masks, so I asked them to leave. The guy spit on the floor of my store and called me a Nazi. The 3rd time was a woman who flipped out because we allowed dogs on leashes in our store. When I refused to kick out the well-behaved dog, she said she would never shop here again. I said, "Okay, have a nice day." The look on her face was priceless. I was told, "Good, we don't want you back," at the Ford dealership after I got a huge runaround for a week trying to return my vehicle at the end of the lease. Nobody knew what the process was and they kept pushing me off on someone else who was clueless. They finally wrote a note on a blank piece of paper that I had returned the vehicle and had me sign it. I returned it to the same dealer I had leased it from. Would it be possible to change your mind? What can we do to help rectify this? If the answer is still "I am never coming in here again," sorry, we couldn't help you. Have a nice day. Then after they are gone, fuck that piece of shit, lol. If you want a job, bad word of mouth is the worst thing you can get to keep it. If you don't care about the place you work for or your job, fire away. Tea or day I juice. And if you cannot give me another chance to give you what you need, then we are not a good suit for you. Maybe another spa will be a good suit for you. There are plenty out there. I told the customer we won't be servicing his home any longer, and so he screamed at me in his parking lot that he would call our biggest competitor. So I started yelling back their phone number. I don't know why this dude thought I was bluffing when I told him to piss off and call someone else. Well, of course you aren't, dear. You are banned, effective immediately. Please leave the premises now. Telling someone in this mindset they aren't allowed to come back talks their power, flips their position, robs them of their moment. Life is too short to put with their drama. The last time I flew on Spirit, there was a sassy gay flight attendant doing the boarding announcement, and he said, "We want to welcome you all aboard, especially those of you that swore to never fly with us again." That got a good laugh from everyone on the plane. Push the button on the receipt printer to copy a piece of paper, lay on the bar with a pen and say, "Can I get that in writing?" I promise it works 100 of the time, but should crossover nicely. They get so big mad it's hilarious. You said that the last time. You filthy hypocritical bitch. XOB. Customer service pro tip: calling your client a filthy hypocritical bitch will help build a solid sense of rapport and will help to create a long-term client base. I remember someone arguing with the owner of the place I was working at and eventually said fine and taking my money and leaving. Boss looks around the totally packed lounge and says, obviously we don't need your money. From a customer service perspective, you say nothing. And then when they're gone, you talk to your coworkers about how you hope they're telling the truth because their money isn't worth the added stress of their behavior. I had someone say that once, and without thinking I blurted out a sarcastic fucking promise. I forgot where I had heard it before, but it just came out. My employees looked as shocked as the non-customer. Big smile and friendly finger pointed at them, and one of the following. Careful now. I'm gonna hold you to that. While there. Don't threaten me with a good time. Can I have that in writing? Promise. No response. They want a response. Honestly, if it's true, then you're better off for it. So you get the win you'd be seeking by getting a sick burn, by them just not coming back with their extraness. I'm your best customer, and I want to be waited on right now. No mame, look around here. That man and this man and that woman over there are all our best customers. She got real quiet real fast. I look around at the dozens or so of the other customers and give the angry person a Jim Halpin look. I wish you'd made that decision before you came here the first time. Or, great, that'll save me the trouble of asking the authorities to issue a no trespass order. I'd appreciate that. Me to the angry broken pooper scooper man at my pet store register. It was nearly 20 years ago, and I still think about him sometimes. LOL. When I worked on retail, I used to answer that with another question: would you please promise me that? Not any single prick stop coming, dude. Not a single one. Okay, as the owner of a small business, I actually said this to an angry customer. She was so flabbergasted that she just gaped in shock, then quietly left. If you truly don't want to see them again, say you'll be back. They always come back. You'd be surprised how effective this is on making sure they stay away. From business perspective, just don't respond directly to any negativity from an angry customer. Or just simply say, we are trying to help. We will figure it out. I heard a great response to this once. It went something like this. Customer, I am never coming back. Employee, I say the same thing every time I clock out. Look really wistfully at them and say, someday I'll be able to stand where you are and say that. Go now, be free, knowing that you're living my dream. I use variations of you promise. Or you mean that. Or really. Thanks, my day just got better. They fucking hate that. It makes them even madder. Well, you're welcome back anytime was what I said. And I felt like I was able to get enough passive aggression across while still appearing polite. Or, now I'm sold. Don't say that unless you want to take a write-up, LOL. My manager and I were laughing while I signed it. Customer was a douche. I'm socially awkward, so the one time a customer told me, I just politely told her, okay. Have a nice day, and she went quiet and just left. Okay, but sound chipper and upbeat when you say it. The fact that their negativity isn't ruining your vibe is what kills those types. Used to work in retail. People would say this, and I'd just lean over, look at the massive line of customers behind them, then say, okay, you think I own this business? You think I own IKEA? I'm a part-time worker halfway through my 2 weeks notice. I don't give a fuck. Nothing. Just pull out one of those little plastic champagne bottle-shaped poppers and pull the string. Then do a little dance. I feel like the video of the woman saying that to an employee and then another one doing a really dramatic new was perfect. Meido Kini. It's both polite and obscure. They'll think it's offensive. It's colloquial Japanese for thank you. Come again. Okay. Look incredibly confused while you do it. Like you wouldn't expect anything less. It always pisses them off anymore. I always said, have a great night. If they reiterated never coming back, change it to, Oh, well, have a nice life then. As an actual customer service person who actually worked with angry customers, I generally said I'm sorry to hear that. Depends on why they said it, the context of the situation. Not exactly a question that invites a black or white answer. If it's a regular, yeah, see you next week. If it's a random dickhead, don't threaten me with a good time. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split ya. Or, get off the cross, Mary. Someone else needs the wood. You said that last time, and the time before. And I've heard times before that. We don't trust you anymore. One night a mad customer said money talks and bullshit walks. And I'm walking, we still laugh about it. Have a nice day usually pisses off angry customers or offer even more without getting yourself written up. Good, we didn't want you here anyway, or thank God, we were just about to ask you to never come back. My favorite if you want to be really snarky. Oh no, I hope I'll find another customer. Next. Nothing. Seriously, if you don't say anything that guarantees that they won't come back out of spite. Oh no, whatever will we do without the business of our very best customer ... What's your name again? I had a woman tell me she had never been so insulted in her life. I told her I was not finished. Thanks very much for your feedback, gets them every time. I work in event security. If that helps. Yeah. The next time you come in, it will be criminal trespass. I went got the papers that day. If you leave now, you will never find out what I have to offer you about our extended warranty. Oh. Thank you. I didn't have to be the one to tell you that you're no longer welcome here.